Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at some products which you may not have picked up yet, but you should definitely be looking to pick up in the rather near future. We're basically talking today about VSTAR Premium Collections, and it all came around because of Hisuian Zoroark. I noticed that this was on sale on the Pokémon Center Online, which is unusual, because the Pokémon Center Online doesn't usually do big sales like that. They don't usually have a bunch of stuff below retail. What the Pokémon Center Online does very, very well is it's got stuff in stock. And it's absolutely legit and believable and dependable. It's not necessarily cheap, but it's never scalped, never above retail, and it's always, you know what you're getting. You're not going to be getting something which has been pilfered, and we've all been there. But then I realised, well, hang on a second. This is actually showing up in a bunch of places, and as I record this right now, there are multiple places, like Zatu Games, for instance, we can be picking this up for 24 quid. 24 quid is extremely cheap for this kind of product, bearing in mind that you get yourself, 5 packs, and you get your 2 promos, and you get your jumbo. That's quite a lot, quite frankly. I think it's 5 packs. And these were products that were basically quite expensive for what they were, because they came with multiple promos. Because you got the Promo V and the Promo V-Star, and they are alternate artwork, they are essentially, well, they're not mechanically unique, but artwork-wise they are unique. And you get the Jumbo, and that means that, you're paying a little bit over the odds, but you're getting the promos, and that's why. You certainly shouldn't be getting them at basically retail for the packs, plus the promos, and the jumbo, and the coin. You do get a V-Star marker, but I don't think at this stage anyone's terribly excited about that. And the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star is kind of interesting, because it was never really a particularly stunning card, but everyone always tried to make it work, and it almost did. Never quite worked, but it almost did. It's got that attack that does damage based on the number of damage bench Pokemon you've got. And every so often it topped a tournament, but it never really did all that well, and that's fine. But it was quite fun anyway. And the only place to get the full art was in here, and then you've got the alternate art V-Star as well. It's a really, really good product. And the pack selection here is alright, honestly. Over on the Pokemon Center, now remember the packs are never guaranteed, so you need to be a little bit careful. But over on the Pokemon Center, they're showing it with 2 Lost Origin, 1 Fusion Strike, and 2 Rebel Clash. Well, alright, Lost Origin and Fusion Strike, as I've told you lately, are very much on the way out. They're not going to be around forever, but they're still decent enough packs. But Rebel Clash? Like, don't get me wrong, I know Rebel Clash is not exactly the best set around. I know that not everybody is falling over themselves to get Rebel Clash, but I also know that Rebel Clash is quite old at this point. And frankly, you shouldn't be finding it anywhere. And look, as I always tell you guys, the packs are not guaranteed in these boxes. Now, Pokemon on the website is clearly showing them, and they definitely used to have these. And there is an element here of, are they really reprinting the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star box? There's no mechanically unique cards in there. It clearly wasn't a huge seller to begin with. So maybe just kind of sell what you've got? I don't know, is the honest answer. But there is certainly an inkling here that this might be an older product with older packs in. Now, one quite interesting one that is also doing the rounds and is also there, at least pretending to be a little bit below retail, is the Lucario V-Star Premium Collection. Now, I'll tell you this. The Lucario one is not as good. The Lucario one, in terms of pack selection, is a little bit weaker. You got Brilliant Stars, which is nice, and you've got Fusion Strike, and you've got Chilling Reign. You're talking kind of year 2 into year 3 of Sword and Shield. We got Sword and Shield, what we got? We got Sword and Shield 6, 8, and 9. And they're packs that are not completely gone yet, but still very much on the way out. Ones that we don't expect to be around for very much longer. So okay, yeah, decent little pack selection. But once again, we've got the actual promos themselves. And Lucario, and it's very, very much like the Hisuian Zoroark one, which is to say it's the only place to get the full art. And then you got the VSTAR, which only actually exists as a promo. No, that's a lie. No, I lied to you. There was a reprint, which was a promo in an Elite Trainer box, so technically it was actually released a second time. But again, it was also as a promo, so I stand by my original statement. My point is, we're still talking about a very cool product here, and we're talking about one which, quite frankly, a lot of people are probably going to want, and it's got the pin badge in there as well. It is a product I've got my eye on, and the pack selection isn't perfect, but it's another one which, frankly, I wouldn't have expected to still be around. And yet it absolutely is. I did have a quick look as well for Lucario VSTAR Premium Collection to see the cheapest place to buy it. This one isn't actually around everywhere. Pokémon Center for 30 quid seems to be about the best we can do here. But still not bad. Not for your 5 packs and your promos and everything else. These, well, I mean, they're premium by name, premium by nature. They are the kind of products which came around and was supposed to be a little bit on the expensive side, exclusive promos and all of that, bunch of packs, and then go away. And I think these are a good place to try and find older packs, because, to put it bluntly, they just weren't that popular. Now, the Lucario one was a bit more popular because it had an exclusive promo in, but even that wasn't horrendously popular, because Lucario never ended up being particularly playable. But how about we come a little bit more recent? How about we have a look at the Dialga VSTAR Premium Collection? I mean, look, it just went and won Indianapolis Regionals. So, seems like this would be a pretty reasonable time to go after it. The price of regular Dialga is actually going up right now. So this seems to be a good place to get it. And it's not running around super duper cheap everywhere. But again, it's actually available on the Pokémon Center for 30 quid. Which, as a side note, is cheaper than Amazon right now. Cheaper than it is on Amazon. And you get yourself the alternate art Dialga VSTAR. The full art V, you can see a bit of a theme coming on here, I'm imagining. And you get yourself a pin and the 5 packs. It is exactly like I just showed you with Lucario and Hisuian Zoroark. These are products which they iterated on them for a little while. They basically just went, these products are kind of cool, have at it. Now, do remember there is a different configuration you did get sometimes, I think in the US, which might have had an extra pack in. We are still talking about pin badge and 5 packs and all of that, but just remember it is 5 packs, not 6. Other than that, they're basically the same product, just bear in mind it is the 5-pack version we're getting. Now, pack selection, this one might be the weakest of all of them. It really depends how you feel about Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike is, Look, Fusion Strike isn't the best set ever. Let's be honest with ourselves. It was a very big set, and it's got big hits in. Fusion Strike has, the Espeon and the Gengar, really. And then a bunch of other smaller hits besides. But really, it's the Espeon and the Gengar. They are very, very cool cards. They are expensive cards. But it's also like one of the biggest you'll ever see. Like sets, I mean, in terms of the amount of cards in there. It's one of the biggest sets you'll ever see. And it's awkward when you've got a really big set, but it doesn't have that many hits. It just makes it that much harder to actually go and get the hits. Still a very cool set, and it is a set which is very much on the way out. But again, you need to bear in mind this is, in terms of pack selection, it's not the best. Like, in terms of pack selection, it really is all about Hisuian Zoroark. And if you're not a fan of Rebel Clash, maybe it doesn't matter, honestly. And Rebel Clash is not a brilliant set. And I'm going to break some hearts saying that. It's not. If you go over to TCG Player and you go and search for Rebel Clash, and you go and look at the quote-unquote hits, it's not a set for big hits. Do you remember the biggest card? Full Art Boss's Orders at $45. And then it goes down to Full Art Sonya at $25. They're the top 2 cards. Alright? It's not a set for big hits. But that's not really the point. I like opening older sets. And it's so weird for me to think of Rebel Clash as an older set, but Rebel Clash was Sword and Shield 2, and we're heading into Twilight Masquerade, which is Scarlet and Violet 6. It's 16 sets ago. It is an older set at this point. And sometimes it's just cool to open older sets. Sometimes it's just nice to get a pack you haven't opened in a while and have at it. I like that. That makes me happy. Plus, I do really like the artwork on the Hisuian Zoroark. Just for completeness sake, I should tell you that yes, the Palkia is available as well. Yes, again, it is the Pokémon Center which is giving you your best chance to get these. Same pack selection, we imagine, as the Dialga. But again, although I have told you, I think it is worth telling you again, pack selection is not guaranteed. If you're desperate for a particular pack, the best way to do it is to order one as a test, and then maybe order more if it comes through in the way you like. Although even that, the packs could change between one order and the next. You have been warned. These are cool sets, as in the boxes. And the pack selection is kind of nice, or at least a little bit older. And these are products which, by all rights, probably should be gone by now. So this is your old pal Wassy coming in and just telling you, look, these products are on the way out. If you're into these, maybe this is a decent time to be picking them up. I don't imagine they'll last forever. And these are the kind of products where I can imagine in like 10 years' time, people are like, oh, I remember that box. Yeah, nobody really bought that, did they? Well, this is where I come in, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I come in. Right, I've told you everything you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Dingus. It's their name. It's not me being mean. That's their name on Patreon. Who's a lovely person who's been supporting us for a little while, so shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.